G'day guys, this is Johnny Seville from Acorn Wealth Corp, and just wanted to give everyone a quick little update. Now, of course, last night in Trading Room, for the last few days, we've been warning about this kind of this head and shoulder type of move. So just take a look into so far in this morning's market. We're about an hour into today, Friday. You can see that left shoulder, the head, the bounce here, back up to the right shoulder, rolled over so far this morning. Of course, that's what we told you to look out for today in Trading Room last night was a upward channel on the S&P 500, which is bearish, and secondly, there's the head and shoulders downward neckline on the S&P coming out of the channel. We've broken the channel support. We're just on the neckline right now. So just keep in mind, again, if we break much lower than this, then that looks like a confirmed head and shoulders, which would take us down to around this 32.95, 3300 level, and possibly down to 32.78, which is the upward channel target. Of course, the concern about that occurring is that this now puts us in a position where the S&P 500 may be, of course, in an actual head and shoulders on the daily chart, which would bring us all the way down to 32.40. The bigger problem with that is that means a head and shoulders again a rally back up in March, but then that brings us back down into this channel, which would mean essentially March, April would be the top of the market if that right shoulder appears. So those are the things. This is why today's action is very important, because it's the first piece in what could be a very fascinating puzzle. Now, we're not confirmed yet. We're still waiting for this next little break, but we've got a number of longs. We've got a lot of profits on the longs so far. So what I'm doing is I'm just creating some hedges for myself to get some exposure on the short side. I've one of the stocks I've been following for a while, BKR, is one I'm looking to enter if it breaks below 1997. 1997, and what I'd be looking at there would be the July $21 puts. The July $21 puts. I'm checking that one out. I have a large position in VERI. Of course, it's been running since $2.36, where we alerted that. So I've taken half. No, not half. I've taken about just a little bit under a third. I've sold just now at 325. And I'm just going to let the rest run. We're well into the profit, but I just wanted to lighten up on my light exposure. And then with those profits from this trade, I've gone and bought a position in HYG puts. Now, this is, of course, high yield bonds. So, and if the whole market just collapses here, this is just a very easy way for me to get exposure to the short side. I don't trust the S&P because it's very manipulated, although that's really what could drop here. But high yield bonds has massive order flow in the April puts and so forth. So I went out and bought. I've gone and bought a position in the May 2020 $88 puts. That's May 15th. 2020 $88 puts. I bought a bunch there at about $1.23 just now. So I wanted to let you know about that as well. Of course, that is high yield bonds. Pattern wise is again possibly in an upward channel. So if the market doesn't collapse and we hold here and open and our market starts to push higher next week, then I don't expect I'll lose very much on these options, right? But if things get nasty, they'll get nasty quickly. If things go higher, I don't expect a massive rally, if you see what I mean. So for me, the risk is low, but it gives me that a little bit of exposure to and a hedge if things just collapse. Of course, another thing that could happen is the S&P could go up and high yield bonds could go down, which is a divergence that happens very often when markets decline, whether it's a 10% drop or worse. So so I bought some HYG. $88 May puts, watching the BKR for the $21 puts. I've sold some CYCN. I've sold some VERI. I'm still holding some longs, but I'm just kind of balancing out my portfolio. So still holding some AMRX long, AUPH long, LJPC long, KZR long. But then we've got shorts like Yeti and HNGR and Match and obviously HYG Crocs. So I'm kind of balanced out at the moment and reducing position sizes overall so that I'm putting some money back in cash. Anyway, that's so I wanted to give you a quick update, and we'll see how things continue to transpire here today. Cheers and happy trading.